Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news. Something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run. A power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now. Guys, there's a lot of buzz around the AFC North lately. But nothing quite as intriguing as what's happening with the Steelers and one of their veteran leaders, Cameron Hayward. And trust me, this isn't just some minor contract dispute. This could potentially shake up the entire division. For years, Hayward has been a cornerstone of Pittsburgh's defensive front, a guy who embodies toughness, leadership, and consistency. But now, with his contract situation heating up, things could get interesting. So let's break it all down. Cameron Hayward, the veteran defensive tackle, has been with the Steelers for quite some time now, and he's regarded as one of the best in his position in the league. Last season alone, he put up some impressive stats. 71 total tackles and 8 sacks. Those numbers aren't just good. They're elite for a guy who's been around for a while. Despite his age, Hayward continues to defy expectations, showing that he's still a dominant force on that defensive line. And that's exactly why he's so invaluable to the Steelers. Not just for his production but for his leadership in the locker room. Now, here's the thing. Hayward is currently in a bit of a standstill with the team over his contract. He's doing what's called a hold-in at training camp. That means he's not holding out entirely. But he's not practicing fully either. It's a strategic move. He wants a new deal that truly reflects his value. He's got 2 years left on his current contract, which pays him about $14.75 million this year. But as we all know, the market for defensive tackles has skyrocketed. Teams are paying top dollar for interior linemen. And Hayward, despite being a bit older, has proven he still belongs among the best in the league. Let's talk about that market for a second. Last year, Hayward was one of the best performers in his position. His 71 tackles and 8 sacks contributed heavily to Pittsburgh's defense, which has always been a stronghold for the team. Yet, if you look at the current market, he's ranked as the 36th highest paid defensive lineman and the 18th highest paid defensive tackle. That's not bad. But in today's NFL, where players like Aaron Donald or Chris Jones are making significantly more, Hayward feels he deserves to be compensated at a higher tier. And here's where it gets even more interesting. If negotiations stall further, and the Steelers and Hayward can't come to an agreement, speculation about his future starts to heat up. Now, Hayward has been a one-team guy his whole career. Never asked to leave, always been loyal. But loyalty can only take a player so far, especially when the market is calling. Reports suggest that the Steelers might consider exploring the trade market if a deal can't be reached. And that's a big deal because, let's face it, losing Hayward would be a huge blow to the defense. 7-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro. That's not just some average player. That's a franchise icon. A guy who's been the heart and soul of the Steelers' defensive identity. But at the same time, the Steelers are a team that's always looking ahead. If they decide to put Hayward on the trade block, they could potentially bring in some valuable assets. And that's where it gets really interesting, especially when you consider teams like the Detroit Lions. Now, the Lions have been building a really strong roster, especially on the defensive front. They've made some aggressive moves lately, trying to position themselves as serious contenders in 2025. Pairing Hayward with Aiden Hutchinson could be a game-changer for Detroit. Imagine a defensive line with that kind of talent. Opposing offenses would have a nightmare trying to deal with that pressure. And it's not just about adding talent for the sake of it. Hayward's experience, leadership, and ability to disrupt the backfield could really push Detroit's defense over the edge. They've already built their roster in the trenches, and adding a player like Hayward could give them that extra edge. Someone who can command double teams and free up others to make plays. For the Lions, this could be the missing piece that pushes them into serious Super Bowl contention. But, of course, it's not just about the fit on the field. The Lions are known for their aggressive, win-now mentality. They've made moves to maximize their chances this season. And acquiring Hayward would be a statement move, showing they're serious about competing at the highest level. For the Steelers, though, the decision isn't easy. Giving up a player of Hayward's caliber, especially one who's been such a leader, isn't taken lightly. The team has to weigh the immediate impact versus future assets, and that's never an easy choice. Now, I want to emphasize that this is all speculation for now. There's no official word that Hayward is on the trade block, and the Steelers might be determined to keep him. But if negotiations continue to stall, and the team feels they can't reach an agreement, exploring trades could become a real option. And if that's the case, Detroit might be one of the teams ready to pounce. They've shown they're willing to make bold moves, and adding a veteran like Hayward could really solidify their quest for a Lombardi. In the bigger picture, this situation highlights how competitive and unpredictable the NFL can be. Teams are always looking to improve, and sometimes that means making tough decisions about veteran players. For the Steelers, it's about balancing loyalty with the need to build a roster that can contend for championships now and in the future. For Detroit, it's about taking advantage of any opportunity to bolster their roster and push for that elusive Super Bowl. So, as fans, we need to keep a close eye on these developments. A trade like this could reshape not just the Steelers' defense but also the entire landscape of the AFC North. Imagine a scenario where Hayward leaves Pittsburgh and joins Detroit. What a splash that would be. It would send shockwaves through the league and definitely give Detroit a serious boost. But no matter how this unfolds, one thing is clear: the NFL is never boring. And this story is far from over. This kind of drama is what makes following the league so exciting. These high-stakes negotiations, the potential blockbuster trades, and the quest for that ultimate prize, the Super Bowl. And for us Steelers fans, it's a reminder of how critical every decision is, how every move can shape the future of our beloved team. We've seen in the past how veteran leadership can be a difference maker, especially in the playoffs when experience counts the most. So, whether Hayward stays in Pittsburgh or moves on, one thing's for sure: his impact has already left a deep mark on this franchise. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Steelers should hold on to Hayward at all costs? Or are you open to the idea of a trade if it means future assets and a brighter outlook? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. We're here to bring you all the inside info, analysis, and the best fan community out there. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Steelers!